So who was gonna tell me Steam Next Fest demo was this week? Like, no shameless plug, but I am the demo guy. Like, these two videos up here are just me playing demos. Now, I've given my fair share of content and reviews in the past, usually critiquing the games, but that's not what we're gonna do here. My objective is to sell you on the demos that I played. The list is based off enjoyability, and I just want you to play these games and enjoy them as much as I did. Now, if you wanted to go and skip it to the end and see which one I enjoyed the most, feel free. If you want to watch the whole way through, I appreciate you so much. But let's just get started with the Tears of Metal demo. Was a great 3D hack and slash roguelike game. Yes, I know it's a mouthful, but it was super fun and enjoyable. The upgrades were simple, yet they changed the way you combat. You have a bunch of different styles, you command your own army, a lot of different characters to introduce, and I'm really excited for the full game. Marvel Classic Invasion is the next game. It was a really short demo. There's only 2 bosses and it's a beat 'em up game. There's not much I can really praise for it. I don't think there's anything innovative of it. You're playing as your favorite characters, beating up enemies, invasions for bugs. If that's your style, congrats. It was fun. I enjoyed it. 18 minutes of my life. Congratulations, you took it. The last one that we have is Dungeon Bodega. I'm not gonna lie, this game is literally the coziest game ever. It was really fun. I enjoyed it. The system is really set up. The gameplay loop is set up. You can play this demo infinitely if you want to. There's so much content that's gonna be released that I see, and the cat is so adorable. But that's the last game for honorable mention, so let's get straight into the list with number 7, The Search for Above Average Life. It's a super simplistic game, and it reminds me a lot of Undertale. The combat system is that there is no combat system. You talk to your enemy, you dance, you action, you write a note, you do whatever you can to try to befriend people on your journey as a robot through space, trying to find above average life. Like, if that's not the best name drop ever, then what is? Number 6 is Winterboro. The demo is so cute. You're playing as a mouse. Your family left you, so now you're all alone in a home that you once knew, destroyed and beaten down. It's you against the world. You have to fight monsters, which, you know, we don't see yet, but we see it in the trailers, so I'll give you that. You have to survive off of what you can scavenge throughout the land. Your grandma got taken by a bird, so there's that. And you are just making your home. It's a cozy game. Little bit of aspects of fighting. If I were to say anything, it's basically the opposite vibe of Don't Starve Together. It's like the cozy version of Don't Starve Together, and I'm really excited to see what they have for the full release. Next game on the list is Voron for number 5. It was actually one of the most beautiful games I've seen in Unity. You're playing as a bird, came on the same theme you had as being animals, and the movement and flying in this game is super rewarding. There's nothing more than I liked about this game than just flying around the island, enjoying the scenery. It was such a great experience, honestly. The whole entire mission as this bird is to take lost souls and transfer them to the afterlife. Now, we get a little taste of it in the demo, not the full version. And the mechanics of the flying, dodging, seeing all the movement speed and abilities that we get, I'm really excited to see the full story play out. It's definitely more of a relaxing, enjoy it yourself game. If I were to give any example of what this would be like, I couldn't. I don't play games like this, but it was really fun and I enjoyed this type of genre. I would highly recommend you give this one a try. Number 4, we have Skate Story. Now, I've heard people say this game is great. Actually, I got a comment in one of my last videos saying I should try out this game, and it lives up to all the hype. It was one of the first demos I saw when Steam Next Fest was introduced, and it played amazing. My first impression of the game is I thought it was going to be like Tony Hawk or Skate 4, something of the sort, where we're just doing tricks, getting points, and then call it a day. But honestly, it's Skate Story for a reason. Heavy emphasis on the story. You come in as some devil's child apparently, and you want to eat the moon, and there's eyes watching you and big floating heads that are actually philosophers, and there's just so much going on in this game, and I loved every moment of it. And not to mention the little lore, I guess you could say, or just actual history of skate tricks that they teach you in between each section, whether it be an ollie or a kickflip or some other skate trick that I don't know. I'm not a skater, I apologize. But it was a really fun game. And honestly, the whole message about skating and how it gives you freedom and challenging authority just reads skateboarding culture, and I really love that for them. Now we're in the top 3 with Constance, which is an amazing game. It looks great. There's something about 2D drawn games that really make everything feel super original. Of course, since I've been comparing games to something I played recently or just know about, I really think that this game's, competitor would be Hollow Knight. And yes, I know that's a big jump to say, but I really think that Hollow Knight and this game are one and the same. Whether it be from the emblems that you're able to attain to the different fighting styles that you're able to seek, the health systems, the enemy typings, just the plain story overall, I have so much hope for this game. And not to mention that it has a little bit of Celeste undertone with the platforming. It's not difficult per se, but I was stuck on a few spots here and there, and I really have high hopes for the platforming. Once you get a bunch of abilities in Metroidvanias, and we already know Metroidvanias get better and better as they go on. If I'm already feeling like this game is great at the start, just wait until the end when it's going to be way better, 10 times better. Now for the top 2. And it's really a hard top 2 to choose. One of them I know is my personal bias, so I'm going to put that at number 2, and we can wait for number 1. Now, Rubinite was an amazing game. It's a boss rush type of game, a roguelike-ish type of game. You pick up emblems that change your fighting style, give you a little status boost effect, and I love that all of them are not just positives, but most of them have positive and negative drawbacks. When you get too many positives and emblems, you feel too overpowered, and the boss rush mechanic that you're trying to go for in the game feels a little bit lackluster, because now you're starting to one-shot all the bosses, you already know all the patterns, whatever, you already have your build. If you have to shift around your emblems, it creates a sense of enjoyability and challenge. You have to read and play a chess match with the boss in the AI system instead of just creating an overpowered build from the beginning and ruining it all. But that's not the issue here. This is simply a Souls-like boss rush, and I love these types of games because I get to evolve over time. The 2 bosses that they had multiple different attack patterns, had multiple different variations in those attack patterns that made it feel like I was messing up the whole time. But once I got the pattern down, it felt so rewarding. Now, the first boss was way harder than the second boss because honestly, once you start learning the system of the game, you start understanding how attacks work, it gets a little bit easier. But I've seen the bosses in the later stages of the game. I'm really excited, and I really hope that there's so much more content. If there are any downsides that I could give this game, is that I just hope this game is not short. I need 1 million bosses, 1 million levels, and 1 million hours of gameplay. Simply said like that. Now the last game, the number 1 game, the best game I played is... Wait, how do you pronounce this game? Hold on.
Karen.
So Karen? I don't know, honestly. I mean, I just heard the pronunciation, but I just don't know. This game is amazing. Like, let me just tell you, every game I've said is amazing, but there are levels to this shit. Like, genuinely, there are always levels to this shit. This is a rock climbing simulator game, and you are climbing a mountain, a Mount Everest ass mountain, the biggest mountain you've ever seen. Now, when I'm struggling on the beginning section, the tutorial section, you know this shit is getting real. What I love about the game is it's a physics-based game. It uses real-life mechanics. I said real-life quote unquote, to kind of essentially see how your weight is shifted. You're not going to be moving your legs both up one at a time, and then you're going to start flying. It's going to make sure that if you have your weight shifted to the right, then you're going to move your left leg. If you have your weight shifted to the left, you're moving your right leg. It's simple as that. Because it's so physics-based, it makes the game extremely hard. If you misstep or misplace your hands, you're falling. And there is a sense of panic that comes with playing this game. When I hear my character go like this, I genuinely get nervous. It feels like I'm the one rock climbing, even though I'm only just using my mouse. You know what? Just never mind. But anyway, it's really an immersive game, and it makes me put into mind of a rock climber. If you don't know, one of the mangas that I've read or started reading is The Climber. And in that manga, they described how rock climbers will essentially build a pathway in their mind and create that pathway using their hands to mimic as if they were on the path themselves. You could do the exact same thing in this game. You could zoom out and see the mountain from a perspective that, you know, a normal human wouldn't be able to see it from, but it allows you as the player to see the problem ahead of you and then solve that in real time. If this isn't a love letter to rock climbing, then I don't know what is. This was the best game I've played, and it was probably the only game I'm going to actually buy. Even though I loved all the games I previously mentioned, if there was anything that you wanted to take away from this video, it would be that this game is likely to be one of the best games to come out next year. But with that being said, I really appreciate you watching this video, and see you next time.